Big edition of Live at 5 today, including an exclusive interview with Dr. Dale McInnes, president of Richmond Community College. Plus, election coverage begins after candidate filing opened yesterday. And how about a Lady Raider upset last night over Jack Britt in the first round of the SAC tournament? All that and more on tonight's edition of Live at 5. And you guessed it, folks, yours truly is back in behind the desk. Richmond County's Nightly News starts right now. Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday edition of Live at 5, brought to you by Richmond Community College. I'm Lance Jenkins. Folks, if you want to learn more about Richmond Community College, you can visit them on the web, richmondcc.edu, or call Richmond Community College at 410-1700. Again, that's 410-1700. Let's get right to it now for tonight's top story. State Senator Tom McInnes, Republican of Richmond County, representing District 25, filed for re-election to the State Senate Monday, citing the need for strong representation in Moore County and its southern, more rural neighbors, including Richmond, Scotland, and Anson counties. McInnes is a Richmond County native who has worked to build relationships across Moore, Anson, and Scotland counties through business and social dealings for many years. In his first two terms, he became chair to the Senate's Transportation and Transportation Appropriations Committees. McInnes will seek his third term, running against Democrat Helen Mills of Moore County, who announced her candidacy last week. The state Senate election will continue to be covered in our Richmond Observer election coverage as the year progresses, and you can read it all exclusively on richmondobserver.com and the Richmond Observer app for iPhone and Android devices. Rockingham businessman Ken Goodman, Democrat of Richmond, Montgomery, and Stanley counties, filed for re-election to the North Carolina House of Representatives yesterday. Representative Goodman is seeking his fifth term to the state legislature and is a businessman and retired retail merchant, and said if re-elected he will continue to focus on investing in our public schools, community colleges, and university system. As of today, no one is set to oppose Representative Goodman, but filing just began yesterday. The Richmond Community College Guarantee Celebration and Open House we discussed last week on Live at 5 is set for March 1st from 5:30 to 7:30 at Cole Auditorium, and the event will feature the announcement and celebration of the third wave of Richmond Community College Guarantee qualifiers, these being high school seniors who have met the requirements of the guarantee to earn 2 years of free college tuition. And joining me now, President of Richmond Community College, Dr. Dale McInnes. Dr. McInnes, great to have you in studio.
Lance, thank you for having me.
Well, we're blessed that you're here, and we want to talk a little bit before we talk about some other things. I want to talk about what's coming up at Richmond Community College. I know that there's a number of things that you all have planned for the spring, and of course, one of those notable things is coming up March the 1st. Tell us about that event and how excited you are about the Guarantee event.
Well, we started it 2 years ago, and we had the first of its kind program in the state. We realized that we were missing out on really letting our students in the community take full advantage of all that our college had to offer. We have the opportunity to provide free college classes to high school students through our Career and College Promise program, dual enrollment. So we built on that and came up with this concept that if a student that was qualified, and these are regular college classes, they're in the same classroom as our traditional college students, it's not watered down. If they'll take at least 2 of those and pass them successfully and work on their grades in high school and have a 3.0 in weighted high school GPA, that we would guarantee them free tuition and fees for 2 years at the college. And so what we try to do is encourage students, this is an incentive to those students that might be in the middle of the pack, to work a little bit harder, to push themselves, and pay a little bit more attention to those grades and turn the B's into A's and the C's into B's. And what we found has been extremely successful. We had just under 100 students the first year, about the same students, same number this past year that started off with us that have taken advantage of it. And we put a financial aid package together based on their need. And sometimes it's scholarships, sometimes it's federal financial aid, sometimes it's a combination of the two, and we've got institutional money we're committing to that. So nobody gets left behind. And they earn this guarantee through their grades and their academic performance. And we couldn't do it without the wonderful partnership we enjoy with the public schools. So our partnership with Richmond Senior High School and Mr. Butler is great, and they promote this and encourage the students to do everything they can do. We're really focusing on these folks that maybe need a push in the senior year, because we don't want to see them take that senior year for granted. And they can take our classes, which count towards their high school requirements as well in many cases. And what we're going to do on March the 1st is we're going to celebrate all of the eligible students. Now, we won't know exactly who qualifies until all the grades are in, but we're inviting everybody that is appearing to be eligible, has the opportunity based on last semester's grades, and that is either enrolled or already completed 2 of these classes, to come with their families to the auditorium. We want to recognize them. We want to celebrate what they've accomplished. And next door in our banquet rooms, we're going to have an open house with all of the college's programs on display. All of our faculty, all of our services, right there in one spot, with a lot of really fascinating exhibits. And this is open to the public as well. So you don't have to be a guarantee student to come and take advantage of that. You're going to see everything from the nursing mannequins and how they use those, and how lifelike they are, to robots on display, to a welding simulator, to you name it, across the board. All of our wonderful faculty demonstrating their expertise, showing off their programs, and the great jobs and careers that they can lead to. The partnerships with the different universities that we're all tied into going to be right on display. So we're excited about it. We're inviting all the leaders in the community to be there, because the kids that have earned this, whether they come to our college or wherever they go, they need to be recognized because they've worked hard and they've accomplished a lot.
Absolutely, and that's coming up March 1st, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Cole Auditorium.
That's right.
And this is your 3rd wave of students through this program. Yeah. So has this been going on for that many years?
Yeah, this is the third go around, and we've got 2 sets of students that are with us. One wrapping up and one just started. And the neat thing about it is it's been now replicated at about 12 colleges in the state.
Well, that was my next question. Is Richmond the catalyst for this program throughout the state?
I don't know. We catalyst is a strong word, Lance. I'd like to think that imitation is the highest form of flattery. So we've seen colleges from the coast to the mountains call and implement this. We just got a call today from another college asking for their information on it. And I think they recognize the simplicity of it and the power of taking advantage of the incentives here to encourage students to take full advantage not only of the dual enrollment classes, but really to maximize their efforts in school, and that there's a payoff at the end. If you do the right things and work hard and earn the results, good things are going to happen. They're tangible and real. And our community college is a great value already. We're very fortunate to have the support we have from our county and from the state that allows us to make it so affordable in terms of tuition and expense. But it's not free. Nothing in life is free.
No.
So you have to earn it, and you have to have a little skin in the game, so it doesn't cover the cost of books. And there are in some cases, students are eligible for other scholarships in addition to this to help with the book expenses. But we intentionally left the books off because we wanted folks to understand that if they go into a university or they go into the next level, there's going to be costs they're going to have to continue to bear. When we generated this program, we also included some other opportunities. Our working student scholarship. So if someone is in the community and working and wonders how do I go back to school, we'll pay, if you qualify, for half of the tuition. For every $1,000 you put in, we'll match it with $1,000.
Wow, that's unprecedented. Not every community college in the state is doing this.
No, nobody's copied that one yet. We're also implementing campus jobs. So we got a lot of folks that maybe don't have the resume they need to be competitive. We're actually going through real life hiring practices and putting people to work in semester-long campus jobs to give them both the income and some real life experience. So it's all part of a package.
Right.
And we're trying to match up the right package to the right person so that nobody can say, well, I couldn't afford to go to college. The impact we've seen, Lance, has been just tremendous. The stories, we've already put a few of them out there from guarantee students whose message has been, I couldn't have gone to college without this, or I hadn't thought about going to college until this opportunity came up. And you have to remember, many of them are already halfway to an associate's degree just taking those classes while they're at Richmond, and those are free. So we're seeing students that are able to wrap it up. Instead of going for 2 years, they only have a year before they're already through with their degree.
So let me ask you this: you've got we've talked about some of the programs that make Richmond Community College unique. In other parts of the state, going to a local community college is not as desirable. But here, I mean, you step on the campus of Richmond Community College, and let's just be frank here, everybody in this community knows it. It looks finer than some four-year institutions in the state of North Carolina, and that's just, I mean, that's fact. What is it that makes Richmond, it's got to be one of the most desirable community colleges in the state?
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, we're blessed to have wonderful people that are committed to making it something they can be proud of. You talk about the grounds. Danny Timms and his team really commit themselves to making it a showplace. And we're very proud of that. We were chosen to host the inauguration of the system office president back in the spring, and part of that reason was because we have such a beautiful facility in the Cole Auditorium. We're blessed to have that, and our folks work so hard to keep up our grounds. The county makes a huge investment in our facilities and in our campus, and they take great pride in it. So it really takes that whole team effort. We all, from the housekeepers and the groundskeepers, all the way up through the leadership, I think are on the same page. And everybody is really focused on that individual student. We really preach developing a relationship with that student on a personal basis is a difference maker. And we try to be really consistent about it. We've been lucky. I've got a leadership team that's all homegrown. So when you look at who the vice presidents are, they're from here, their roots are here, they're raising their children here, or already raised their children here, and they're dedicated and committed to this. Isn't a stepping stone or a launching pad. So I think everybody's got a lot of passion, and that comes through in every interaction with the community and with the students. And we are lucky. You go to a lot of other campuses and a lot of other communities, they don't have the partnership we have with the public schools. They don't have the partnership with the county, great partnership with the local hospital. It's those partnerships that cumulatively add up. So there's no one person that can take credit for it. But it's an ongoing matter of staying on the same page and working in a common direction. We spend a lot of time working with local employers, listening to what they need and working with them, and trying to connect them with the best possible help. Add all that up together, and that's part of the recipe.
Absolutely. Let's talk about, before we
Sure.
go on to the next thing, I want to ask you some more questions about really the prospective student body
Sure.
and the people around here that could really utilize not only the education but the services that Richmond Community College provides. Do you feel as if the younger audience here in this area is attuned to what Richmond Community College is doing, maybe more than an audience who's 25 or 40 years old who can still go to college?
We've seen a shift in it, Lance, in the last few years. It used to be the other way around. Our average age was about 30, and the majority of our students had been out of high school for a while and were coming back to get retooled or retrained or maybe start a new career. In the last few years, we're seeing more young people, either while they're in high school or right out of high school, and we're seeing fewer folks that are in that 25 to 45 age range, and we're looking for ways to reconnect with them because there's such huge demand for high-paying jobs in the area, and those are the folks that are living right here in Richmond County that can best take advantage of those, and really good paying, solid, stable careers, but they require skills from the onset, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in manufacturing. I think so many people feel like they got burned by manufacturing years and decades ago, and that manufacturing is taking on a whole new life in this region, but it's advanced manufacturing. So you've got a need for skilled technicians that can both operate and maintain really sophisticated equipment in a high-tech setting, those are gaps that we've got to help solve. So that when we talk about the skills gap, you hear that phrase used a lot. It's alive and well right here, and we're working with the county and the economic development team to draw in and bring in new companies, but it won't work if we don't have the qualified, skilled workforce to help them. We're also working with UNCP, Gardner-Webb University. We just announced a new partnership with them because some jobs require a 4-year degree, some don't. But if you do need a 4-year degree, our first 2 years are guaranteed to transfer to any public university in the state. And the pathways we have with UNCP are tremendous, and starting in the fall, their tuition goes down to $500 per semester. So they're going to become a huge value. But when we also expect as their prices drop, demand's going to increase, and their admission standards are going to change.
And that guarantee that college credits will transfer to those universities that we've mentioned, and probably is that guarantee the same at every community college in the state?
It is. They have to offer the right courses.
Right.
So it's all dependent on offering the right courses. We've ramped up our curriculum and our course offerings. So now we offer organic chemistry. We offer calculus 3, which I couldn't imagine having to take.
I can't either.
But we're offering the higher level sophomore courses. So now we have the associates in engineering, for example. So someone can transfer directly into the engineering programs at NC State or North Carolina A&T State. We didn't used to have those courses, and not every community college offers them. We also really emphasize career development, because it doesn't matter what courses you take, if you don't have the right game plan, you're going to miss the mark. But we have an articulation agreement, which means that the UNC systems are going to accept these courses that we offer if we match them up to the right major. But if you want to be an engineer, taking one course of algebra is not going to be enough. Right. You've got to take the physics, the chemistry, the advanced maths in order to get in. Same way with health sciences. You got to take the microbiologies, the anatomy and physiologies. You got to take the right courses. That's where I think we are different, because we don't ask the question of what do you want to major in. The question we're asking now is what do you want to be? Well, if that answer is a welder, we can give you a plan to become a welder. If the question is answered by I want to be a pediatrician, well, you got to go to medical school, but we can give you a plan on how to accomplish that. So which courses to take us with us, which university to transfer into, and then what's the game plan on how to get accepted into medical school?
Well, and that question is just as applicable at age 18 as it is if you've got somebody who's 30 that wants to make a change and get on their career path. Is it not just as applicable to them as it would be?
Absolutely, and it's even more important when there's not as much history in the family of going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a lot of folks where we don't have that tradition. Maybe you're the first or second in your family to have gone to college or thinking about going to college. There's not as much knowledge back home of how to navigate through the process.
Absolutely.
And I've got Patsy Stanley, who's the director of our Career and Transfer Center. Well, we've combined career and transfer together because they're linked together. If your career goal requires a 4-year degree or a master's degree, then we want to make sure you're on the right path. We don't want you to take the wrong courses that are going to end up on a dead end or aren't going to get you where you want to go.
Absolutely. Dr. Dale McInnes joining us in studio right now from Richmond Community College, the president over at Richmond CC. And of course, I want to talk to you too about the gala coming up, the anniversary gala coming up April the 14th. And you honoring a special man this year.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I talked to him just yesterday, and he is near and dear to my heart. Mr. J.C. Lamb has been connected to this college since its very foundings, very, very beginning. I think he was the third person hired. He was the dean of students for 20 years, and he was a foundation board member, and he's been was a trustee for 20 years. He served as a county commissioner, a member of the Board of Education. So he has been a community leader in Richmond County since 1964.
Wow.
And he's a World War II veteran and a Korean War veteran.
Wow.
And somehow or another, over the years, we never honored him as our distinguished citizen. And it's long overdue. And I'm just really proud that we will have an opportunity to recognize him in just a few short minutes for a lifetime of work. And on a personal note, I can say I wouldn't be here in this seat talking to you right now if it weren't for J.C. Lamb.
He's a fine man. He's one of the first people I met when I moved to Richmond County.
Well, and he can tell you what you want to know about the insurance business too.
And I do believe I remember we had that conversation.
He can tell. He's an expert on that as well because his second career was right there with Farm Bureau. So I'm delighted about it. It's going to be a great evening. We're going to have a great band and a lot of fun. All the proceeds support our foundation and go to support the scholarships that tie right back to what we just talked about to help create opportunity for people to change their lives. You know, we're really looking forward to it. Got a few surprises lined up.
Well, that'll be fantastic.
Got a few surprises going to be there that night. I can't tell you everything that's going to happen, but if you know J.C. Lamb or if you care about the college, it's a great bargain. Come by and see us. We'd love to see you there.
So can you call for tickets?
You can call. Okay. You can come by. They're going to have them there at the Cole box office. Okay. You can see Dr. Hal Schuler. Any way you want to do it. It's $50 a head, but it'll be a great, great historic evening.
Fantastic.
For everybody in the community.
Well, J.C. Lamb, certainly a staple in the community, and he will be honored that night at the anniversary gala, and that is April the 14th over at Richmond Community College, the Cole Auditorium. And it's certainly been my pleasure to have Dr. Dale McInnes in studio today, and we're so grateful that you came in and were able to talk to us about the many successes that Richmond Community College has had and what the future looks like.
Well, Lance, I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you for your support and the Observer's support, and I wish you the very, very best.
Thank you so much, Dr. McInnes. Dr. Dale McInnes, President of Richmond Community College, in studio for an exclusive interview today here on Live at 5. And whether you've watched it on tonight's episode of Live at 5 or in the standalone, we appreciate you watching this exclusive interview with one of Richmond County's finest people. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Folks, stay with us. More Live at 5 news, weather, and sports coming up right after these messages. Stay tuned.
At Richmond Community College, we prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
Exit Realty Platinum in Rockingham has listed one of the most beautiful homes in Richmond County. Located in Rockingham on Ledbetter Lake, the home features 4 bedrooms with bamboo floors and a kitchen featuring stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, and a master bedroom that overlooks Ledbetter Lake, along with a spacious tile shower and the attached master bathroom. The open living space leads to the back deck with a perfect view of Ledbetter Lake, and the property features its own boat dock. Want to see this beautiful home? Call Nicole Hayden with Exit Realty Platinum, your source for homes in Richmond and Moore counties.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Hi, I'm Lance Jenkins, and welcome to your nightly news.
That ain't gonna work.
Oh.
You need to loosen up some. This is good more
Okay.
at Sandhills.
All right.
So more relaxed, it's local, it's edgy, anything goes. So that what you just did,
No?
not gonna fly.
Okay. Is this better?
So much better.
Welcome back to Live at 5, brought to you by Richmond Community College. Now for tonight's top sports story. Getting hot at the right time usually leads to great things, and that was the case for the Richmond Senior High School Lady Raiders varsity basketball team Monday. The number 6 seeded Lady Raiders were looking to catch fire entering the opening round of the Sandhills Athletic Conference tournament on the road Monday, and they lit up the scoreboard in the second half for an upset victory over number 3 Jack Brett High School. A plethora of Lady Raiders chipped in to help Richmond secure a convincing 58-47 win over the Lady Buccaneers. Alexis Sweeney notched a game-high 21 points, with Jayla McDougald adding 11 points in her debut. As SAC tournament play begins, Rosalind McDonald and company will head to number 2 seeded Lumberton High School on Wednesday. The Lady Pirates, now 21-4 on the season and 11-4 in conference play, defeated number 7 seeded Scotland 80-31 in Monday's action. Richmond will look to stun Lumberton and senior guard London Thompson, who had a triple-double against Scotland. She had 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists last evening. Stay with us when we come back. Kelsey Rushing, our chief weather reporter, has your 5-day forecast coming up right after these messages.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Family Pharmacy is a local pharmacy that's been in business in Rockingham for over 10 years. Located in the Food Lion Shopping Center on US 1 North, we have easy access into the store and a drive-thru for your convenience as well. You can download the official Family Pharmacy app at myfamilypharmacy.com, and we'll help you set it up to text you when your prescription is ready, and you can even set it up to fill your prescriptions when due. Our motto is we'll treat you like family, and it's something we truly mean. We take the same care in filling your prescription that we would take for our own family. Family Pharmacy, we'll treat you like family.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Today's 5-day weather forecast is brought to you by Richmond County Hospice. So let's just jump right in because it's going to be pretty warm these next 5 days, starting with Wednesday with a 20% chance of rain with a high of 67 and a low of 55. And then Thursday with a 10% chance of rain with a high of 78 and a low of 61, which is pretty dang hot compared to the last couple days, but I know I'm going to enjoy it. And then Friday with a 20% chance of rain with a high of 78 as well and a low of 51. And then Saturday, 80% chance of rain, so make sure you have an umbrella or anything to keep you dry with a high of 53 and a low of 42. And last but not least, Sunday with a 20% chance of rain with a high of 61 and a low of 46. And that's pretty much all the weather for the next 5 days. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for more weather, and back to the desk.
And that is a wrap for your Tuesday edition of Live at 5, Richmond County's nightly news, brought to you each night by Richmond Community College. It was a pleasure having Dr. Dale McInnes of Richmond Community College in studio this evening. And we hope you'll join us tomorrow as we do it all over again. Sierra McQueen going to be in studio for tomorrow night's edition of Live at 5. Kelsey Russian will be back for your weather, and we'll be bringing you, Richmond County, the news you deserve. Folks, join us also this Thursday, 5:30 p.m. You can listen to it on the Classic Rock or watch it on demand on the Facebook page for the Richmond Observer, the Richmond Observer YouTube channel, and also on the Richmond Observer app, richmondobserver.com. You can find links there. Folks, the RO Sports Show in its third episode this week. You can join me, Matt Harrelson, Russell Parker, and Jeremy McKenzie as we debate sports again. We'll be talking Daytona 500 this week. It's coming up this weekend. Lots to talk about. Don't miss it. The RO Sports Show coming this Thursday. Another episode, 5:30 p.m. God bless. So long. And remember, you can always download the free Richmond Observer app for iPhone and Android devices. We'll see you tomorrow night. So long.